Dear friends, my name is Alexey Ognev. I'm CEO of the ecosystem DigiU. Welcome to our webinar. And today we're going to talk about several important topics. But before we start, I ask you to write your questions in our chats. But please write questions regarding our topic. And I think that this webinar is quite important. Maybe it will be the last webinar this year. So please write your questions regarding our today's topics. I'm not sure we will answer the rest questions if they don't give any useful things. Okay, we will talk today about mainnet launch. As you remember, it have already been. We will talk about venture fund, and we will talk about long-awaited event. X11, what is this? What we mean by this symbol, and what is awaiting for us. So this will be in the end, so please stay with us. Okay, the last webinar, our technical director, Peter, told us that EYWA is in mainnet now. And in fact, all these actions that we've done all these days and weeks helped us to enter mainnet. But we still are waiting for audits. We ask you to use EYWA at your risk, very careful. And this week, everybody can get acquainted with these EYWA opportunities. So everything is ready, and we only wait confirmation from Boris. And he said that he will try his best to give this confirmation. Yesterday was his birthday, and this kind of lucky coincidence. It was a birthday of a person who created this conception, data protocol cross-chain, that connects blockchains and allows to transfer liquidity safely, and that is unique product. And it is potential first unicorn of our ecosystem, DigiU. And we are really glad. And we are happy. We are happy that we have achieved this together with the EYWA team, together with you, together with our network. Okay, next. What is necessary to implement such product as EYWA? Well, we talked about it earlier, and maybe we talked about 5 or 6 webinars. We talked about in our social networks. What is necessary to create unicorn? Of course, it is venture fund. So this phrase is our next stage of our development. And let me underline, let me be clear and explain you what why it is so important. Why are we doing it? Well, firstly, technical base of ecosystem DigiU consists of two developments: blockchain and laboratory. So we are researching trends. We are looking for technologies that will be in demand in 5 or 10 years. And laboratory is a place where we check our theories and we understand that if we develop these technologies, in 5 or 10 years they will be really in demand and we will earn on them. And potentially they can become a unicorn. And there we have such solutions as computer vision and others. And in these developments, EYWA conception was born. And such people, with Boris as leader, they created this idea and concept. But it's not worthy without implementation and money. So why we think it is correct? Our inner venture fund that invested our developments, that started in the moment when we started crowd investing in 2019. We implemented funds. We developed EYWA and other products. So you know our achievements. So approach of venture fund is in financing goal product. And launching to market allows this product to attract classical funding. Not from a little venture funds like ours, not crowd investing, but classical venture funds from big funds, large funds. And in fact, about 99% of success when such a large fund invests, like Horowitz, for example. So what is going on with EYWA? We made it possible that the part of EYWA belongs to DigiU ecosystem, and then we have an opportunity to give this opportunity to bigger funds. And these scopes are much, much larger. So in the last 2 years, within these 2 years, we get expertise. We understood how the market is working. We understand how is it running in different situations. For example, last year when everything was growing, and we understand how it is working when everything is decreasing in the market. And currently it is obvious that for ecosystem DigiU, it's necessary to make venture fund bigger. And we should make it a main puzzle it. And our potential unicorn that can become very expensive and in demand. And we have done it within 3 years. It's at the same time fast and not really. And what we should do so that we have more such unicorns. We will not invent and check every theory. It is too expensive and too long. And it is easy only for some governments. But we are a commercial company and we have another possibilities. So our task is to give ecosystem DigiU correct jurisdictionally registered product. So with our network, with our team, to finance such products in that spheres that we regard as more promising in 3, 5, or 10 or 20 years. So we planned our venture fund for these periods. And it's not a secret that we concentrate on high technologies and also on digital personality and digital world. And with every day and every year, we understand that in 2019, our prediction on high technologies was really, really accurate. The whole market of digital technologies are going to connect virtual reality and offline reality. So our task is to invest to such startups somewhere at the early stage. And we have already told you about such technologies that we are ready to invest now. And there are several reasons we haven't done it yet. We don't have enough money, not always. We are not able to allocate a big sum to buy, for example, some amount of percent of shares of some company. It was the first reason. The second one is lack of loyal package. We need to do it legally. We need to make this money that we get safely. We need to understand the source of this money and use it correctly. Well, of course, we can get some money in cryptocurrencies, but if you look at the market now, obviously we could have missed this crisis. And last half of year, we are creating conception of venture fund, and we are having a lot of consultings with our colleagues, with juristic companies. We learn how to do it correctly, how to take into account interest of our investors doing it, and how to make it possible that everyone take our money, accept our money. So this process is close to final. We understand how we will do this and when. And of course, we will have more detailed plans and we will inform you about it. We will have a birthday of our company sharply 15th of December. We will have a conference and we will tell you our concept. We will present you our roadmap and we will tell you all the information about it. So now I'm talking what is waiting for you. And for most of you, it is obvious what will be announced there. Okay, the next topic is connected with what I told before. The topic is called X11. So what is this? Why it is now? It is easy. 2019, when we started our company, when we created our shares and securities, we understood that DigiU is a big project. And we planned that time to 10 years. And of course, we couldn't predict some political and historical aspects. You remember there was pandemic and political events and cryptocurrency changes. So it was difficult to predict this. And we understood that creating this project, we needed space to maneuver. And that's why we had a mission of 200 billion securities of DigiU. And we had no additional emission, because this emission is enough. And within these 3 years, we got great experience. And now we understand that emission of the company currently is not adequate to the market. And of course, we have decided to have an independent assessment and making our price to the market one. And we have started it now, and accordingly, as we predict, it will be about 2 years, maybe next or next after. There will be a lot of drastic work. So we will have independent assessment of all the securities, all the assets of the company, and making it in accordance to market ones. And that's obvious that it is necessary step to public placement of securities, IPO. And we hear a lot of information from you about this IPO. So now we are starting making company available to make this IPO. And company assessment is also connected with investments from classical funds and also for mergers and acquisitions, and it is a part of running business. And currently, what we have now, our security price costs 22 cents. And we can count that we have a capitalization of the company $44 billion. And it is not really adequate. That's not true. And the first step to make this estimation a like market one, we will have the first step on 30th of November this year. We will accrue shares to every investor of DigiU, and the price will be increased by 11 times. And the price of selling these shares will be 11 times lower. So your portfolio will be increased by 11 times. It is not additional emission. We allocate shares to our investors. These are people who trusted to our company all these 3 years. And as we have already told, every decision is made with respect to interest of our investors. So everybody who will manage by 30th of 11 this year to have an installment and buy shares, everybody will get such an incredible bonus from our company. And if you watch our webinar carefully, or maybe you follow my Facebook, you know another aspect why it is so profitable. So this procedure will be on 30th of November. So now you have time to tell about it your friends, for example, your partners. And now we will listen our strategic director, Alexander E. He prepared his strategic view of this situation. This decision wasn't easy, but it was in time decision. So now let's listen to Alexander E. Hello. Hello, dear friends, partners, investors. We have decided to start make our company assessment to the more adequate condition in correspondence to the market, and we are doing the first step to it. Why we are doing it now? We have started to communicate with institutional investors and players, with potential clients of our solutions, with venture funds. And now we understand better the heuristic features of structuring these deals, what we need for mergers and acquisitions. And now we see our route. And that's why we started this process. We see the probable collaborations. We see investments from institutional players in maybe 1, 2, 3 years. And also To get prepared for probable IPO, we consider this option. But that's also not a fast process. Of course, we will have to have assessments by independent auditors. And to make the current price of shares adequate to this assessment. And that's why we start this important process. We are becoming more remarkable, and we get more adequate questions, and we explain that we need this space to maneuver, and I believe that it wasn't in vain. So now we are doing our first maneuver, and still we have some space. We are flexible. And the current assessment is not market one, although we have no external audits. But we think that this assessment will be a bit over. So probably the movement to this direction will be continued, and this will allow us to structure our venture fund and other products at a more serious level. And by the way, there is a good news. Yesterday we talked about the project at an American session for American venture funds and business angels. We had the list there, we won there. But that's a first step in kind of selection to make it possible to present our project at the next stage. But still, we believe that's a great achievement. And I believe that for you as investors, this news are really positive. You will get 11 times more shares. So they're 11 times cheaper for you. And co-owning of the company increases by 11 times. We always act with respect to interest of our investors. And I don't remember any situation that we made conditions worse for you. Never. We give 11 times more shares to our investors, and we ease the possibility to invite more partners. As price of shares now is as it was when crowd investing stage. And that's a great opportunity for your friends and partners to join us and buy shares. And of course, that's the best chance to buy more shares, close installment, or register the new one, to get 11 times more shares. Well, okay, so Alexander, as always, described all the pros why we start this process now. And very good phrase, we became remarkable. And we are remarkable with our projects and with our speed of development. And we attract attention of third-party companies that start to think over cooperation with us. And all of this is making us happy. So Alexander, thank you for this speech. And yesterday we had a special session for American funds where EYWA, along about 10 projects headed the list, and we are really, really happy. And thank you, Alexander, for this information. And of course, such contacts make us be legal and okay. Now, more detailed about the terms meeting which your shares will be increased by 11 times. We'll call it X11. Okay, that's really easy. In your personal account, you have a balance of your securities, and to all of this balance, this procedure will be implemented. To every securities, bonus or gifted, no matter. So the principle is the same as in dividend payout. So your portfolio will be increased by 11 times. The second point, there are a lot of people who invested with installment. That's really comfortable for everybody. And this approach is in demand in our ecosystem. So what's with them? That's easy too. If you have installment, your securities will be increased by 11 times. But if at the date of this increasing, on 30th of 11, if you will have a missed payment, this installment wasn't be included in this portfolio increasement. So that's really easy. If you're responsible, if you make payments in time, our company always acts in your interests. And the same concept was implemented last month. So please make sure that all your installments are paid out, and make sure your people, your team know about it. If you have some cancelled installment, you can pay out, you can recover this installment, and all your securities, including these bonuses, will be increased by 11 times. And that's easy too. But if you won't manage to pay out your installments after 30th of November, it won't be possible to recover your installment. So if you want to invest, the price will be 2 cents, as it was at the start. It also will be really profitable, but it would be 11 times more expensive. So I highly recommend you to pay attention to it. Well, any purchases that you or your partners will make before 30th of November will be increased by 11 times. You should take it into account, when forming your portfolio. Maybe you are following our ecosystem and waiting for the best moment to invest, so this is the best moment ever. Please manage to do it before 30th of 11. Right after this webinar, we will post the information about all the terms, what we have told here. So please share this information. Make sure that people know about us, know about this opportunity, and make sure that your team checked their installments. So don't miss this opportunity. This is the last great chance. So as Alexander said, we keep this space for maneuver, but this space is when we will come to $44 billion assessment. So the chance of this is really high. So we have this space still, but we will do everything to be worth such amount. Thanks to you and thanks to our experts. Well, now I'm looking at our charts. I see your feedback. There are some questions with installments. Well, I have already answered this. I see people thank us. Yes. And I see you're happy. So we expected this. This is a big step for us, and when we can make you happy, that means we do everything correctly. So I thank you that you thank us in chats. So I think that is all for today. You can ask some questions in our networks, social networks, if you have any. So thank you for being with us today. Goodbye and good luck.